All right, welcome back. On Friday night, A&M football legend Jake Matthews was inducted as a member of the A&M Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2023, a great honor for the Atlanta Falcons lineman who was the number 6 pick in the 2014 draft. Also, while at A&M, he was twice All-SEC and twice All-American, and in 2013, the All-SEC Lineman of the Year. Our guest is one of the newest members, Jake Matthews. What's up, man?
How's it going? Appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. Let's talk about the recognition, what it meant when you got the call, and just I know you couldn't be there, but just your emotions when you found out.
Man, I can't start without first saying how humbled and honored I felt. I love my time at A&M, and obviously there's been a lot of really, really good players that come out of there. So to be considered up there with the best of the best, I don't take it lightly. And it was a huge honor, and couldn't be more proud about it.
I watched the awards, and it was so great to see your wife Maggie and Beckett, your son, there. Just how cool was it to have them represent you, and just the whole family experience from everybody?
Yeah, there was a bit of missing out type of feel, I guess. I'm sitting in my house all alone after Friday practice, and you obviously got my wife and son, and my parents were there, and practically my whole family, and I'm kind of watching from afar. But they sent a bunch of videos and stuff, and I was kind of keeping up in the moment. But man, it was really cool, especially seeing Maggie go up there with our son Beckett and give that speech and everything. And I was very, very excited to see it, and they did a great job too. I think my son, he's pretty good on entertaining people on stage or being on camera. So maybe there'll be a future in that, a little different from his dad.
Well, maybe you can come take my gig here at TexAgs. Just kind of update us on family life. Your dad, your brothers, just home life. I know you're busy in NFL season, but I know your family is so important to you.
Yeah, very important. Man, believe it or not, I'm the in my immediate family, the last one playing ball now. There was a point there was like 4 of us all playing at the same time, but they're all doing really well. I've got just in regards to my dad, not the best news, but I got a ranch back in Texas, and he's out there messing around and drops a big trailer basically on his hand and almost took off the tips of 2 fingers. And yeah, not the best news, but needless to say, he's having a good time out there enjoying my stuff. But it all got fixed up, and he's all good. But no, he's doing well, man. He talk about a badass, man. My dad is who I've always tried to, be like, and he doesn't know when to stop. He doesn't feel like he's an old man. He's out there, acting like he's 20 years old still. So they're all doing really well. And man, having a son, obviously that whole story with him coming Thursday night and me racing back and forth and getting back before, an hour before the game, that was a whirlwind in itself. But being a dad, it's incredible. Good Lord willing, we have a few more. At least that's my plan.
Look, I was a diehard Oilers fan growing up. I obviously have known your dad for a long time from my old TV job that I had there in Houston. One thing I remember is I think I was in college, and I was playing in a softball league in Missouri City, and your dad was out there just crushing home runs, dude. Like that guy, he doesn't stop, does he?
No, gosh, right after he retired, he immediately joined basketball leagues, old men tennis leagues, and just going after it. And the years finally caught up to him. It's amazing that he never had any injuries playing in the NFL. And then he starts messing around playing in these old man sports leagues, and eventually had to get both knees replaced. But he's doing really well. I still call him up, 4 or 5 times a week, especially after games, and pick his brain. He was just so good at what he did, and he has such a good understanding for the game. I feel like I'd be a fool not to take advantage of his wisdom.
At what point did you know I'm going to go to A&M? Obviously, you've got family history here, but just at what point were you like, yeah, that's the place for me?
Yeah, I think my older brother Kevin, man, really blazed that trail. We've always been a really close family. And as much as I appreciate all the attention, I had offers to go everywhere. And I went around and did a couple of visits. A ton of my family went to USC. I went out there. I was like, hey, maybe this is where I want to go. But it just in middle school and entering high school, always going to, College Station and watching him play, I think it was pretty clear pretty early I wanted to go to A&M. And I liked what I felt comfortable there. And I knew, it just felt like the right spot for me. And I think it was a good decision.
What does A&M mean to you to this day? I mean, you're busy, you've got a family, you're playing in the NFL. What kind of place in your heart does it have?
Very nostalgic. A lot of special memories. Just the fact, getting to play with my little brother, both of us starting on the same offensive line. You don't see that very often. And rooming with each other and just stuff like that where and also we were playing really well, so it was just a lot of fun, especially that 2012 season. That's probably some of the most fun I've had playing football, and just a lot of great memories and a lot of good friendships. And yeah, it really kind of shaped who I am today.
Well, let's talk about that first year in the SEC and just how special it was for you. Not only the relationships that you built, but the success followed as well. And you guys were the guinea pig, if you will, of how A&M was going to do there in the SEC, or how teams from the Big 12 move into the SEC.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a bit of pressure going into it. New coaching staff and everything, new quarterback, and I just remember as one of those guys up front, we took it upon ourselves, like, hey, we're gonna come out here and prove that we belong. And that was what was so fun about it. It's just, you didn't really know where the expectations were, but we went out there and started dominating and winning really big games. And going to Tuscaloosa and winning that game, that's probably one of my top collegiate memories. Just, an awesome environment to go up there and upset them. And we were rolling, man. It was a lot of fun. It was a fun time to play football at Texas A&M.
This can be said about a lot of places, or all places, but especially at A&M. When that O-line is clicking, wins follow. Talk about that O-line that you played with, the relationships you had, with Luke and whatnot. Just what a great group that really set the tone for that season.
Yeah, I think, man, we were talented. We had quite a few first-round picks on that O-line. A lot of guys who had good NFL careers, and it was fun. It was fun to go in every day and compete against each other. You wanted to be the best out of that group. And it was, like I said, a challenge because there were so many good players. But, man, just a great group of guys. We still keep in touch. We've got a little group chat that usually is just full of us bashing each other and kind of joking with each other. But yeah, man, that's another thing. And obviously having my brother a part of that group, and that's one of my favorite things, just the relationships I built back then, and just the grind we went through together and all the fun we had winning games with that particular group of guys.
Were you able to watch the Johnny documentary?
I did. Yeah. I watched it. We had joint practices in training camp out in Miami, and one afternoon I was in the hotel room, watched the whole thing. Man, it was entertaining. A lot of nostalgic feelings. It was fun, and just reminded me of, geez, I can't believe that's 11 years ago. Just how fun that time was. And yeah, it was a lot of it was a lot of fun to watch. But I think I had a little bit of a different thing going. I'm more of a straight and narrow kind of boring guy. I didn't have quite the Johnny lifestyle, but it was entertaining. I'll leave it at that.
Well, I'll say this. It's funny how it comes full circle. I was reminded of Johnny's relationship with Drake in that documentary. I knew about it, but I was reminded. And then just a couple days ago, I see on Twitter, Drake is performing in Houston, and who's escorting him is Johnny Football.
Yeah, how about that? You weren't going to get much of that out of me. I was more of the I just love being there and playing ball, man. I'm a pretty simple guy, but man, I really enjoyed playing for Johnny too. He was just the best teammate, and when he was out there, man, he was giving everything he had and super supportive of his own line. So you got to appreciate that, and that was another. Obviously, him being there is what made that year so memorable and fun. So, all the credit to him.
Jake, let's close out with this particular A&M football team. I know you're busy. You probably can't pay too much attention, but I know you're aware of how they're doing and how they've done the last couple of years. Do you expect big things the rest of the way? Are you able to watch on some Saturdays when you're resting?
Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, now that I don't have a sibling there, I don't find myself watching as much. But man, I still am a huge fan. I try to keep up. I can't watch most of the games, but no, I expect really big things from them. I mean, uh, A&M, this university, everything about it, it's a big deal, and winning is something that we all expect. And I think they're trending in the right direction, and obviously haven't had things go exactly the way we want in the last few years. But I've got all the confidence in the world for them, and I'll be there cheering them on, man. Sometimes I wish I could go back and relive some of those glory days, but I think I got enough on my plate right now.
Well, and I guess I'll close with this. How's Atlanta treated you? You've been there a while now, obviously. So just what kind of life do you have out there? How much have you enjoyed that community?
It's grown on me a lot. It's pretty surreal. I'm practically the old guy on the team now in my 10th year, all with the Falcons, and just love the city and this organization, and what, especially what we got going on right now. We're 2-0 right now. We're going to keep it rolling, and yeah, I can't. It's funny because I've spent my entire life practically playing this game, watching my family and my dad play this game, and it's amazing how it's worked out. That I don't see an end in sight, so I'd like to keep it rolling. And um, yeah, can't picture getting a real job, so I really really love what I'm doing.
Jay, congratulations on the Hall of Fame. You deserved it, and hope to see you around Caulfield at some point.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.